brought to you by BoardGameAtlas.com, the fastest growing board game community in the world. Kia ora koutou and welcome to Darwin's Choice in about 3 minutes. Review copy used. It is a game for 2 to 6 players. There is no solo mode. Playing time's around 30 minutes per player. It's a moderately complex game. Millions of years ago, in the primordial soup, life emerged. First in microscopic forms and then, over time, evolving into more complex and stable animals. Will the species you control survive and thrive in an ever-changing world, or are they stuck in an evolutionary dead end, like the dinosaurs, the dodo, and the monarchy? You win if at the end of 4 eras, you have the most Darwin points. You get Darwin points from having your animals survive and thrive. Competitive. Only one player can win the survival of the fittest. Card management. Animals are made up of cards. Snakes. This game has snakes in it. Player turn. You will start the game with 10 animal cards and will redraw to 10 at the start of each era. You can then mulligan, discarding all but 1 card and redrawing. Animal cards consist of bodies, heads, pairs of legs and individual legs, tails and wings. The minimum viable creature has a head and a body, but you can combine more features as long as they fit together. The game revolves around 4 to 5 different biomes depending on the player count. Biomes are where creatures live and what they have to adapt to. Each has a limited amount of veggies and meat available, as well as conditions that the animals have to adapt to. Each animal you control gets only 1 action per era. The first action is to create an animal. Place it on the board and it consumes 1 food per heart the animal is showing. The animal must also be able to survive in the current biome. After all actions are made, each surviving animal gains a Darwin point, and the animal with the most adaptation gains 2 to 3 more depending on the biome. In the second era, a new animal arrives, taking the food this marlin would eat, so we choose the second possible action, mutate, and it becomes a herbivore instead. You can spend Darwin points to mutate a second time in the same era. Between each era, an event is played, and in the third era, that makes it so there is not enough food to go around. So the piranha crocodile eats the kakapo rhino. Each era, 2 of the biomes will change at random, and in the 4th era, this one does. The orca seal can no longer survive here, so has to use the final main action to migrate to a different biome. At the end of each era, compare the most advanced species from each biome and award points to the best adapted overall. Play until the end of the 4th era and count up your Darwin points. Why would you like this game? Darwin's Choice is a little bit different and will be the kind of game that appeals to people who love chaos and competition. At its core, it's a simple game about matching cards into sets to fit the current biomes, but what makes it engaging are the changes the game forces on you. Biomes will change throughout the game, making you adapt or migrate your species in order to keep them alive. And in every era there is an event which can dramatically alter the game for all players. And it's this uncertainty and upheaval that keeps you on your toes throughout the game. The best thing about this game is the Franken monsters you build. If the idea of a winged Arabian porcupine bison seal doesn't make you smile, you probably won't enjoy the game. However, with 5 biomes in play at higher player counts and each player having multiple animals on the board, this is a space-eating game. It's also very easy to lose track of what's going on. And by default the game has trading, but we found no incentive to use it. I recommend playing with the optional trade board rules, where there is a tableau of cards to trade from instead. Like the ideas of evolution but want something different? Try Evo. And if you want something much heavier, consider Dominant Species. Darwin's Choice. All hail the winged Arabian porcupine bison seal. If you enjoyed this video, like it, subscribe to the channel, and support us on Patreon.